Yeah, yeah. I'm just wondering how's my makeup.
Oh, your makeup is perfect. Love the
All
new
right, thank you
hairdo.
so much. Thank you. I got a hat on. Shit.
Okay. So I believe we're live again. Ahmad, we're back live. We're
We back live,
so we back in the tavern. Um, I just want to give
live and in effect.
you
Huh?
full effect. So,
Live and in full effect.
well, I want to say a few more things, and then I'm gonna wrap this up on grief, and then we're gonna move it on. What I want to leave y'all with, and speaking on grief, is to remember most of the time when you're grieving, you think, we get caught up in our thoughts, and some of our thoughts are negative. And it'll be like, and we get caught up in guilt and all sorts of things, or things that we feel like we may have been able to do a little differently. And what I
Uh
want
huh.
people to know is, if you have one negative thought, in order to push that negative thought out of your brain, you have to have seven positive thoughts to correct that one negative thought. So that's why
Oh
it is
goodness.
so important to speak life and positivity into whatever you got going on, and even into yourself. Because if you bog yourself down with negativity, it's hard to get yourself up out of there. And also remember to show yourself some compassion, because we beat ourselves up over everything. Sometimes we think about stuff we did when we was in the second grade. In the second grade, I really wish I wouldn't have pushed Billy down. And it's 50 years later, and we still harping on that we pushed Billy down in the second grade. And that's so we really need to work on just that, showing ourselves some compassion, and keep those positive thoughts, because again, that 7-to-1 ratio is a deep ratio.
I'm gonna have to remember that. You have to think. You have to think about seven positive thoughts to get rid of one negative thought.
That's correct. So when you have
Right?
that,
Okay.
yeah. So when you have that one negative thought, you know what? My big toe is big. So while you, I'm just
I
saying.
know you fucking lying.
Well, I'm just saying. So you got to come up with seven positive things to say about yourself, just to correct that one thought, because that one thought will constantly penetrate and work on you. So you have to have seven thoughts, seven positives to that one negative.
I'm gonna
Also,
start right now. I got towed home, so I got to think of seven positive things.
you got you got to think of
Yeah,
seven positive things, like right now.
yeah, that's what you said. Yeah. Well, while you running your mouth, I'll be thinking.
Well, I'm not running my mouth. I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah.
letting you guys know, that's one of the most helpful tools that I have. I mean, my thing is, if it's hard for you to think of seven positive things to tell about yourself, then you need to sit down, and you need to come on over and get some of this life
Well,
coaching.
but that's what you said. Think of seven. So you got to think. Didn't you just say that?
Well, I don't have to think of seven positive. I don't have to think that hard about seven positive things to say about
Oh
me.
well. Excuse
I
me.
don't have
Oh,
to
so
think
you
that hard
know
about
you.
because I work on me. So I'm not trying to have all the negativity and speak that negativity on me. So as soon as I feel those thoughts,
eh,
if I feel any
That's
negativity,
a
I know some people
that's a
say
lot of work too.
it is. It's hard not to have negative thoughts. It's hard not to react negativity to things that are going on. God, that's the one thing God is wrestling with me and my mouth with right now, because there are a lot of things that I want to say, but I've been holding on to those thoughts because to me, to I can say something and to me it's positive. I don't see it in a negative way, and everybody else is saying that it's negative. So but I'm just saying I've been working on the positivity. So, but I want y'all to keep that in mind. 7-to-1, that 7-to-1 ratio, seven positives to one negative.
I'm gonna
And
post that tonight. Okay, what's next?
what's next is today is National. peach.
Cobbler. Hello. I lost y'all.
Pound cakes are the shish nick.
Hmm.
Yes. That lemon go hard. I mean, all her cakes are good, but she's
When she
called
makes a banana. What did you say it was?
no peach cobbler. She
Peach
does peach
cobbler.
cobbler, and so it's called Tasty Teas Treats. I haven't
Hmm.
had it in a while, and I've been wanting a lemon cake, and I've been too tied up to make one of my own. But if you're looking for a good peach cobbler on this National Peach Cobbler Day, check out Tweety Edwards for that peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler.
And also, uh, again, I'm going to reiterate those seven positive thoughts to that one negative. That right there is a big one that we got to keep in mind. And so I know it's almost time for us to wrap up for today. But before we go, I want to ask: have y'all watched that new series on American Prime? Them
Amazon.
Amazon Prime. I mean, I don't. I'm not no TV
I
head,
know. I'm
but
just letting you know.
I had to watch that.
I like the show Them. I think that people, because they saw us, I think people had a different idea of what to expect. And I feel like if you're familiar with history and familiar with the history of California, even, or the migration from people moving from the Carolinas or the East Coast to the West Coast, like it's so much in there and so much information and so much history for people to say, like, oh, this is just so terrible. Like, they like I don't understand it. Like there's so many movies that's featuring white people that are horror movies.
Yes.
But like when black people are in horror movies, now all of a sudden you can't watch it, you can't stomach it. I understand because they look like you and it may be harder for you to accept, but at the same time I'm like, these are black creatives making this, and they're making it in a way to, like there's history here. Like this is something, the shit that's, they're not making this up. This shit happened in real fucking life.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this. I have not watched us yet. I missed all the Jordan Peele, so I missed all of those.
Us is awesome.
But I'm gonna tell you, I sat down and I watched this from beginning to end. I didn't stop. I started at like I think 9 o'clock or something like that, and it wasn't over all 10 series till 3 something that morning. And you have to whoever did this shit is brilliant.
Right. It was
And
two black producers.
and why I say that is they took real life, hooked it up with sci-fi, like a horror show. So it's real life and horror combined. You don't know who the fuck to hate. You don't know who you're trying to feel sorry for, and then they involve everybody. Everybody have a storyline. So every character is like a main character. So it's not like most horror stories where they start off and one person is just the main person that you're watching. So you're watching everybody, and it makes you think. You have to really sit back and think when you watch this. And it was a couple of scenes I had to rewind. I'm not going to tell anybody about, um, but it's really thought provoking.
Yeah, a lot of people from what I've read, they're like, "Oh, with the cat in the bag, I had to turn it off," and I'm like,
Well,
"Y'all know that shit is real, right?
I
Like,
know.
the shit really fucking happens."
Cat in the bag, cat in the bag.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that shit fucked me up.
Really?
Let me tell you, I started to watch it the first time, and just the old lady when she starts off in the yard. Well, one, I'm already mad. Because when she pulled up in the yard, I said, "This is gonna be some bullshit right here."
She came up singing slave hymns.
Yeah. So I
about Cotton Joe.
So yeah. So when she pulled up, that was one I got pissed off when she said in the yard. I said, "This is gonna be some bullshit." Then when she started singing that old man Joe, and then just the whole music of how they set it up with the music and the theme and it slowed down, and this was right after my dad passed, and I had all the lights off in the house, and I was kind of all put up. I had to go flip some lights on again.
I got you together.
Yes, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna fool with this.
Right.
But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this again.
But isn't that what makes good horror films? Like, for people expect. That's why I said I feel like people were expecting something more comparable to us, and so therefore they left themselves disappointed. You know what I mean?
But my thing is, I don't think, but to me, people who find it disappointing are people who don't like to think. So you have people, because I find myself, I'm like, okay, it's moving too slow. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I need you to move faster. But if you could sit there and watch Tyler Perry, what's that bullshit with Veronica? No, you did it. No, you did it. No, you did it. You can watch that bullshit. You can sit through that. But it made you think. I was like, wait a minute, what and the what and the what? Mm-hmm. And it took you through all sorts of we went back in time and all sorts of things.
I fucking loved it. And I'm only on like maybe the episode like 4 or 5, fairly new, you know what I'm saying, in the situation. So I hate to say this, and people get mad at me because I just say it. My whole thing is, when it comes down, like right now with us, with a lot of our mental illness, with a lot of our post-traumatic stress disorder and depression, what the hell did you think these folks went through? I mean, if that's why I said, if we're here now, we came from some strong people, because in order to survive it, we lost Ahmad. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. So, because in order to survive that, we had it was some important, it was just crazy in order to for us to survive that and what we have going on right now.
Yeah. It was. I mean, yeah. I agree completely.
So I know you normally would have something to say, so that's what I was looking for. But so right now we're wrapping up the end of our show. And so again, I would like to, just tell everybody to remember that 71, if you do one negative thought to yourself, it takes 7 positive to correct it. Make sure you show yourself some love at all times, however it is for you. And take your time with this thing called grief and healing, because everybody moves at their own pace. Mm-hmm. And just have that talk with that supreme friend. I talk to Jehovah, talk to whoever makes your world rock. And that's it for the Tavern tonight. Y'all have a great one.